The official trailer for Alien Earth has finally dropped, and it's brimming with xenomorphs and a variety of newly discovered extraterrestrial life forms. We start off on Earth in the year 2120, at a place ominously dubbed Neverland Research Island. That name alone hints at a mysterious and experimental environment. Right away, we're introduced to a young girl named Wendy, whose mind is set to be transferred into a synthetic body portrayed by Sidney Chandler. While she's still human, Wendy studies a scorpion, a clear visual metaphor for the xenomorph, armored, aggressive, and lethal. This might even be a subtle callback to the scorpion alien figure from Kenner Toys back in the 90s. Next up, we meet Boy Cavalier, the youthful CEO of Prodigy Corp., a direct rival to Weyland Yutani. He informs Wendy that she's unique, destined to be the first human to upload her consciousness into an artificial form. Soon after, we get a wide shot of Prodigy's massive futuristic city, showcasing the dominance of corporate power in this new world. But chaos hits when the Weyland Yutani vessel, USCSS Majino, crash lands right in the middle of it all. This disaster becomes a golden opportunity for Boy and his company. Whatever lies inside that wreck, he wants it. And with it crashing onto their turf, Prodigy gets first dibs on exploring it. As Weyland Yutani races to assemble their team, Wendy steps up, volunteering to enter the crash site alongside a small group of synthetics. "We're fast, strong, and unbreakable," she declares. She then straps a sword to her back, a nod to early concept art that featured a figure dual-wielding blades in combat with a xenomorph in a forest setting. Once inside the Majino, one of Wendy's teammates comments, "It's like a zoo, except the cages are open." Soon after, we hear from Moraro, a survivor of the wreck, who reveals that the ship had been transporting 5 different alien species from the darkest reaches of the cosmos. We catch a glimpse of 5 containment tanks. The first 2 are marked 0084 and 0053, housing what seem to be alien ovomorph eggs, though smaller, bumpier, and darker than the traditional ones we're familiar with. The contents of the 3rd and 4th tanks remain a mystery, but the 5th contains a massive green egg with a pink fleshy interior, split into 3 prominent petal-like sections. Moraro is later seen in a blood-soaked chamber, and on the floor lies a small, shiny black object, possibly a piece of a xenomorph or some other alien hybrid. We also get a quick look at a crude, childlike crayon drawing depicting someone approaching a xeno-esque creature. This seems to be Wendy's doing. She may be synthetic now, but her mind is still that of a child. Cut to the forest. Wendy and another synthetic observe as a squad, possibly mercenaries or Weyland Yutani soldiers, are violently torn apart by something off-screen. This could be a covert infiltration attempt on Neverland. In another sequence, Moraro and an unknown ally are pulling a raft, carrying a person soaked in blood, possibly a victim of a chestburster. Later, we see someone, potentially Moraro, lying in a containment cell. Could this be post-capture? Earlier footage might even show his escape. We then spot a group of heavily armed, black-clad Weyland Yutani troops, wielding early versions of the M41A pulse rifle, the same type used by colonial Marines on LV-426. There's also a throwback model of the M56 smart gun on display. Wendy's team successfully retrieved several samples from the wreck, including one labeled 0252, possibly the bottom half of that large green egg with creepy tendrils stretching out from its base. Boy proclaims, "Invasive species, predatory." Clearly, he now holds multiple alien samples. We're then introduced to Kirsch, a synthetic portrayed by Timothy Olyphant, reviewing data on one of the new creatures, species 64. The classification system is unclear, but it's notable since we've previously seen a creature tagged species 37. This trailer confirms that 5 new alien species have been cataloged, but there could be more. On the screen, we learn that species 64 features retractable tentacles and iris-like ocular appendages. These tendrils can burrow into the eye sockets of living beings, hijacking neural pathways to gain full-body control. Its cognitive function is still under study, but early findings suggest intelligence on par with humans, a shocking revelation. The species is tentatively named T. ocelus. Beside Kirsch, someone holds a container with another unidentified alien, something worm-like and eerie. We also see a terrified sheep in a containment unit, backing away from a threat. A dark ovomorph lurks in the background. This could indicate a xenomorph about to select its next host. One specimen container opens, revealing thin, red, tentacle-like appendages, probably species 64 once again. Wendy is later shown in visible distress, clutching her head, perhaps struggling with the overwhelming sensory input of her new synthetic form. More quick cuts follow, two of the darker ovomorphs, then the large green egg cracking open. CJ, played by Alex Lawther, stands beneath a hole in the ceiling as clear alien drool lands on his shoulder. The lighting is dim, but it looks like he might be about to become a host. Possibly a facehugger is coming for him, or maybe this is a separate incident entirely. Moments later, CJ is seen running for his life from a full-grown xenomorph. At last, we finally get a look at Olyphant, species 64, in all its horrific detail. It attaches to someone's face, one of their eyes already gouged out as the creature begins to burrow in. Whether it causes mind control, hallucinations, or total visual distortion, one thing's for sure, this thing is horrifying, and just imagine if it were ever crossbred with a xenomorph. The trailer wraps with an incredible shot of Wendy dragging an alien by the hook embedded in its inner jaw, an unusual sight to see a xenomorph in a state of vulnerability. We then see her drawing her sword, ready for battle. And finally, a tortured Moraro, restrained with a glowing device wrapped around his head. If they can transfer consciousness, what else can they do to manipulate the mind? That wraps up our first deep dive into Alien Earth. We've gotten our best look yet at species 64, Olyphant, as well as brief flashes of other alien samples, eggs, and horrors to come. I'm genuinely hyped for this series and hope they keep the bigger reveals under wraps until it airs. It looks like we're in for both familiar xenomorph terror and an entirely fresh lineup of alien nightmares, maybe even hybrids. A Pandora's box of monstrous evolution is about to open. Let me know your favorite moment from the trailer in the comments below, especially your thoughts on Species 64. Did I miss anything big? Drop your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives like this one.